You are who you associate with. My mother, when I was dating, used to tell me, Dan, you go to bed with dogs and you get up with fleas. But you are who you surround yourself by, and as Machiavelli said, the first method for estimating the intelligence of a ruler is to look at the men he has around him. If you were to be judged by who you associate with, play golf, tennis, have a meal with, just think about it. Stop hanging around with morons. It's quite simple. As Richard DeVos, a friend of mine, founder of Amway, if you hang around with poor people, you'll always be poor. And then you'll spend the rest of your life complaining about it. And it's quite frankly, one of the reasons I don't associate with my family, my peers, family peers, is because I got tired of people asking me, why do you still work, Dan? Because if you run with cripples, you'll learn how to limp. We're talking about mental cripples. Most women talk to their mothers 6, 8, 10 times a week. That's neurosis feeding neuroses. Less than 2% of the people that you deal with on a weekly basis have anything to do whatsoever in any shape, manner, or form with any goal that you have for your future. Then why do you talk to them? You talk to them because it's comfortable. And unfortunately, your parents and your relatives and even your children, and for some of you old people in the audience, your grandchildren, fall into those categories. The most contagious thing is not a positive attitude, it's a negative attitude. You simply cannot achieve the kind of success that we're talking about hanging around with mentally deficient losers that think that life owes them a living. This whole seminar could be based on 2 or 3 precepts, and one of which is modeling. Following in the footsteps of somebody that has already been super successful and mimicking them, so to speak, imitating them. There's 3 ways to follow to be super successful. 1 is trial and error, and that takes pretty damn long. 2, over time, and that kills you ultimately. And 3, copying somebody, modeling someone that's successful. It's truly the fast track to success. You know, that's what parenting is supposed to be all about. In my judgment, being a parent is the least prepared thing anybody's ever been put on this earth to do. But that's what our children are, in theory, supposed to do. Mimic us. How good of an example are you to your children, for those of you that are parents? And in using that same formula, how is it that you look to somebody, or do you look to somebody? What if they were following your footsteps in business? And in some cases they are, unfortunately for them. What kind of example are you setting? What kind of fast track to success are you giving to your children or grandchildren vis-a-vis business? Think about it. Get yourself a mentor. How do you do that? Well, some of you, you got to pick up the phone. I mean, to scale a mountain of success, you need a guide. I mean, all top athletes, even singers, everybody has a coach. Even Bill Gates has a mentor. You know who it is? Warren Buffett. There are no easy ways to become a high-performance individual, ladies and gentlemen. And there are no shortcuts to success, and there's certainly no formulas to success. But the closest to all that I aforementioned is through a mentorship, and finding somebody that is where you would like to be later on in life.